And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Welcome to the Coast to Coast Racing Network for what is another night here, Thursday evening, and a quadruple head of 4 races here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It is now time for the Gambler Motorsports Thursday night Thunder Up. First is your RSN Trackside 358 Modified Division. We're about to roll over into qualifying after the RSN Trackside 358. We'll take a look at the Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modifieds, where that will be the first, that will be our races done. Our races done here on Ultimate Dirt TV. However, Coast to Coast Racing Network still live. The Extreme E-Speed TV Pro late models here from the dirt track at Charlotte. Then to wrap up the night, it will be the NASCAR Xfinity cars. They'll head to Kansas Road for 50 laps. So all live on Coast to Coast and all live on Extreme E-Speed TV. As we get set, like I said, it is qualifying, getting into the program. And well, let's take a look at the racetrack. Beautiful night time here at the dirt track at Charlotte in North Carolina. We'll take a look, qualifying happening right now. We'll get to take a look at some of the drivers that are making their way onto the racing surface. We take a look at Anthony Morano in the Full Throttle Motorsports car number 32 machine. Again, we wait for the times to start to come through here. Andrew Hansley, 17.839. Trent Verstraeten. Isaac Salas goes quick time with a 16.510. Morano 10th quick. That's Anthony Morano. He's dropping down to 12th quick right now. Lap number 2 should be a little better here. Off turn number 4. It's going to be 16. Second quick, a 16.663. Samuel Backman on screen. The Full Throttle Motorsports Swan Speech up MDI TV. Number 007 machine. So a field of 27 drivers. Backman goes to position number 20. Michael Vecchio also in the 007 machine, driving the AMR Dead Zones entry. Should be able to get to time in 24-27 drivers, sorry. There'll be 4 heat races on the program. Let's get the sound up for you. Apologies about that. So Vecchio, 19th quick with a 16.972. 4 heats on the program. There'll be an inversion of 4. So Salas, Morano, Garou, and Wentz. They will all start positions number 4 in their respected heat races, as we are done and dusted for qualifying, as we now get set for what is going to be heat race number 1. And you'll line up like this. It's Dylan Kinsey in car number 83 to the pole position. To the outside of the front row, Kelly Wheeler lines up at a position number 2. Trent Verstraeten lines up the 088 machine from position number 3 from 4. Quick time tonight. Isaac Salas will roll off to the outside of the second row. Your 5th starter in car number 93, that'll be Jason Butterfield. He's outside, driving the 007 entry. Samuel Backman lines up at a position number 6. And position number 7, car number 25 of Gary Sigelco to make up the first heat race of the evening. Again, we'll see 7 cars in the first 3 heats, 6 cars in the 4th and final heat. Top 4 will lock themselves straight into the main event. Everybody else will go through to the B main. So 5th, 6th, and 7th position will find themselves battling it out in your consolation race, which will be 8 laps in distance. And we'll take the top 8 from that one. Safety car is in. We'll get ready for a start. Dylan Kinsey and Kelly Wheeler on the front row. Green flag is out. 6 on the board. Top 4 to the main events. 5th, 6th, and 7th position off to the last chance qualifier. Salas going to go working upstairs into turn number 1 and 2. So work down the back straight away. Verstraeten to the inside of Salas in the black and green number 088 machine. Meanwhile, Dylan Kinsey leads the race now, killing him under pressure from the 5 car of Isaac Salas. Salas again trying to work it upstairs to the outside of Wheeler. Who's it going to be? It's a drag race. It's going to be 3 wide down into turn number 3 and 4. And Salas showing the experience, going from 4th to position number 1 in the space of 2 laps around the dirt track at Charlotte. Wheeler right through the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Look at this battle, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th position. Kinsey, Wheeler, Verstraeten, Butterfield, Bachman's there. They're still 3 wide on turn number 4. Verstraeten going to get shuffled out to position number 6 as Bachman works to the outside. Butterfield working on the low side. Battle for 4th and 5th on screen, side by side for the final transfer spot. Coming to 2 to run. Salas, your race leader. Salsa time, baby, out in front. Beat race number 1. Bachman had 4th at the start-finish line by the skin of his teeth. There's Butterfield still working to the inside. Here comes Verstraeten now. Verstraeten closing in, going to make it a 3-way battle for the final spot into tonight's main event. Otherwise, you have to come through the last chance showdown to be made. Consolation race for some of these drivers. Working down the back straight away, down into turn number 3 and 4. Isaac Salas is going to be victorious in heat race number 1. Checkers around, 2nd will go to Kelly Wheeler. 3rd will be Dylan Kinsey. Samuel Bachman going to come home 4th position. Heat number 1 results up on screen. Salas gets to win far ascent trackside. Heat race number 1. Kelly Wheeler home in 2nd. Dylan Kinsey 3rd. Samuel Bachman 4th. For Butterfield, Verstraeten and Sigel go off to the consolation race. They go. Heat number 2 lining up like this. It'll be the 011 of Randall Dixon from pole position. Driving the 397 machine. Alex Pomelo lines up out of position number 2. Your 3rd starter in car number 56. That'll be Randy Shreves from 4. 2nd fastest in qualifying. Anthony Morano in car 32. Your 5th starter driving the 2H is Hunter Carlson. He'll start from position number 5. And Jason Coffey lines up the 146 machine from position number 6. And Patrick Spangler driving the Training Wheels Racing number 39 machine will roll off from your 7th starting position. Dixon and Pomelo. Heat race number 2 of 4 here at the dirt track at Charlotte. iRacing green flag comes out, we're underway. 3 wide, Carlson down to the inside of Morano. Shreves decided to go upstairs as Dixon, your race leader from Pomelo. Morano coming back down to the inside, down into turn number 3 and 4. He'll use the very inside of the racetrack. Very different to what we've seen. Isaac Salas is there in the opening heat race of the night. Top 4, all 1 in a line upstairs. It's still Randall Dixon from Pomelo, Shreves, Morano. Spangler in now going to be 5th position as he gets by Jason Coffey in the 146. Hunter Carlson back to position number 7. Pomelo starting to put the pressure on that 011 machine of Randall Dixon. Dixon again still the race leader, still halfway home. 3 down, 3 to run. They'll come to 2 to run. Popsicle Sticks about to come out here for Randall Dixon. 2 to go, looking to start the 011 machine to the outside of Isaac Salas on the front row of tonight's 30-lap main event. Randy Shreves going to go through the middle of the raceway, trying to get by Alex Pomelo. Now slides it up. There comes Anthony Morano in car 32. He'll shoot it down to the inside, down into turn number 3 and 4. Coming to the white flag, 1 lap left to go. Heat race number 2 now is in trackside, 358 modifieds here from the dirt track at Charlotte. And Dixon still leads from Pomelo. Shreves and Morano, your top 4 on screen as they work down into turn number 3. Off the corner number 4. Checkered flag is out. Randall Dixon victorious from the front row in heat race number 2. And just like that, 2 quick heats rolling in through the program. Heat race number 2, Randall Dixon, Alex Pomelo, Randy Shreves, Anthony Morano getting the transfer positions. Patrick Spangler to a consolation race along with Jason Coffey and Hunter Carlson. All 3 of those drivers, 5th, 6th and 7th position, will be off to a B main. Bob DeGood lines up the Team RWB number 7 machine from pole position to the outside. The 81 HBR entry, it is Matt Schaefer from position number 2. John Morano in car 33. He'll line up out of position number 3. Trevor Garreau lines up the 075 Super Dirt Car Series entry from position number 4. Michael Vecchio lines up the 007 machine from position number 5. The Super Dirt Car Series Full Throttle Motorsports number 79 entry of Dean Reynolds will start from position number 6. And your 7th and final starter, Burger King. Andrew Hansley lines up the 40 machine from position number 7. Safety car into the infield. Green flag getting set to come out. Schaefer needs to get up alongside Bob DeGood. Here we go. Green flag is going to be out. Schaefer got a little bit of a run. Of course, that looks like it might just stick for them. We'll have to see if there's any post-race penalties. But here comes Reynolds to the outside of John Morano. Reynolds giving a little bump there to Trevor Garreau in car number 75. This is going to be Matt Schaefer to lead. Oh, look out. Garreau and Bob DeGood come together. DeGood will go back to position number 7. Garreau up to position number 2 now. Reynolds to the outside of John Morano. John looking to join Anthony into the main event. Not having to run the consolation race. Garreau working it upstairs down the back straightaway now. He'll go right through the middle. Meanwhile, Schaefer again continuing to use the low side of the raceway. We're halfway home. Crossway sticks around 3 down and 3 to run. Here in what is heat race number 3, penultimate heat race of the night. Garreau, your new race leader, down into turn number 3. Schaefer will get shuffled back to position number 2. And now Dean Reynolds looking to close in, looking to start a little bit further up in tonight's main event. Driving the Super Dirt Car Series Full Throttle Motorsports number 79 machine. Morano still holds on. That's John Morano. In that 4th and final transfer position as they work to complete lap number 5 of 6, meaning there's only 1 lap left to go. Can Reynolds get by Schaefer here for the runner-up position? But it's not going to matter right now. Up front is Trevor Garreau in car number 075, who will start inside your second row of tonight's 30-lap main event. And just like that, 3 heat races very quickly done here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Trevor Garreau gets the win over Dean Reynolds in 2nd spot. 3rd will go to John Morano. Michael Vecchio in 4th. Andrew Hansley in 5th. 6th is now going to go to Matt Schaefer. He obviously got a little post-race penalty for that one. Bob DeGood will be home in 7th spot. And 5th, 6th and 7th again off to the B-main. The consolation, they go. 6 cars to make up heat race number 6. Michael Vitale lines up the 213 machine from pole position to the outside. From position number 2, car number 9 of Brian Lawson. Your 3rd starter in the 513 for Team RWB entry, that'll be Jeffrey Barker. From 4, it's the 18 of Logan Wentz. Jake Henry, the 171, lines up at a position number 5, and Butch Baker lines up the 97 machine from position number 6. Final heat race for the RSN trackside. So we're just going to send it around one more time. I think race control just giving them a little bit of a reminder that the starts are on the green flag. You're caught jumping out of line, gaining an advantage. Of course, there will be penalties. Vitale and Lawson. Vitale in that 213, Lawson in the 9 machine, Barker in the 513, Wentz in the 18, Henry the 171, Baker in the 97. Here we go, a very even launch off for turn number 4. It's going to be Lawson going right through the middle of the raceway. He'll have the race lead as they work into turn number 3 for the first time. Heat race number 6, Logan Wentz going to follow suit. It's just going to drift it up just up for Carleen higher than what your race leader is at the moment. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Parker trying to work out of the inside, 3 wide again, not once but twice. They were 3 wide through turn number 1 and 2. Vitali and Wentz still go at it side by side. Logan Wentz to the outside of Vitali, and it was that outside line that got the jump. 4 of these 6 drivers are going to transfer automatically into tonight's main event. Jeffrey Parker has got the 4th and final transfer position at the moment, but the 97 of Butch Baker. Starter position number 6 coming after the 513 car. Jeffrey Parker has still got position number 4 at the line. Wentz going to tap the wall just a little bit, trying to get a run there on Brian Lawson as they work down the back straightaway. They'll come to 2 to run at the start-finish line. Brian Lawson, Logan Wentz, Michael Vitali, Jeffrey Barker. That's your top 4 at the moment. Then you go back to Butch Baker, Jake Henry in positions number 5 and 6 and 5th and 6th spot. We'll be headed to the consolation race. Lawson, white flag is out. What can Wentz produce here in the final lap around the dirt track at Charlotte? He's got a run, has he? No. Will he go down to the inside? Yes, he does. Trying to make the power move for the race lead down into 3 and 4. Lawson's going to shut the door and checkered flag is out. Brian Lawson victorious here in heat race number 4. So 16 cars locking themselves into the main event. From the heat races, Brian Lawson, Logan Wentz, Michael Vitali, Jeffrey Barker will get those 4 final transfer spots for Baker and Henry. We'll see those drivers here in just a few moments' time. Let's take a look at your consolation race. B-Main, your lineup will look like this. Jason Butterfield alongside Patrick Spangler in row number 1. We go back to the second row. Andrew Hensley in car 40. He'll start position number 3. Butch Baker lines up at a position number 4. Trent Verstraeten lines up the 088 from 5 of the 146 of Jason Coffey from 6. From 7, it's the 81 of Matt Schaefer. From 8, it's the 171 of Jake Henry. From 9, the 25 of Gary Siegel-Coe. From 10, the 2H of Hunter Carlson. And from 11, in car number 7, that is Bob DeGood. Eight laps on the board. Top 8 will go through to the main event. Everybody else will have to get ready for the catalytic recovery. Big block modifieds to come. But right now, RSN Trackside 358 modified consolation race is underway. So work down into 3 and 4 for the first time. 3 wide, Spanger upstairs. Baker was down the inside. Hansley was to the bottom side of the raceway. Lap number 1 belongs to Jason Butterfield. Patrick Spangler around the outside. Now it's a drag races. Here comes Butterfield coming after Spangler down into turn number 3. Staying mid-track goes the 93 car of Jason Butterfield, and he still holds on to the number 1 position. That may just change in the space of what is going to be one more turn. Spangler, Butterfield, Baker, Verstraeten, that's your top 4 at the minute. Then you go back to Henry and Schaefer in 5th and 6th position. Siegel-Coe to good in 7th and 8th position for Coffey, Hansley and Carlson. At the minute, those are the 3 drivers in 9, 10 and 11th spot that will miss out. It's going to be Spangler getting into the concrete wall. Butch Baker to the race lead from 3rd to 1st. Thanks to the mistake from the 39 car of Patrick Spangler. Spangler again going to try and live or die by the top side of the racetrack. Butterfield just consolidating right there, right through the middle. Just keeping the car nice and straight, knowing that he's just going to finish inside the top 8. He wants to find himself locked in a transfer position already. It's going to be from position 17 on back for your drivers in your consolation race. A 17 through to 24. We'll have a warm-up session right after this one. We'll come to the white flag. 1 lap left to go. The 97 of Butch Baker round in front, watching Spangler upstairs once again. Just get into the concrete wall. Doesn't move, Patrick, no matter how many times you try and move it. So work down into 3 and 4. Butterfield to the inside. Again going up top is Patrick Spangler. There's Verstappen as well. Checkered flag is out. Butch Baker wins consolation race. So your results very quickly before we take a quick commercial break. Baker gets the win over Spangler in second. Butterfield third. Verstraeten, Henry, Sigel, Schaefer and De Good will be the drivers in B main competition that will find themselves locked to your main event for 9th, 10th and 11th. Unfortunately, we say goodnight to those guys. All right, we'll take a quick break here on Ultimate Derby and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Back in just a few short moments. Your main event on the other side of this.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now, from coast to coast? It's one of the best tracks in the Coast to Coast Racing League, and it's showtime in Volusia.
All right, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV coverage of the Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder Series RSN Trackside 358 Modifieds on the program as we get set for feature race time. It is going to be Isaac Salas to line up on the pole position. Randall Dixon from position number 2. From 3, it's Trevor Garreau. From 4, Brian Lawson. From 5, it'll be Kelly Wheeler. Alongside him, it'll be Alex Pomelo from position number 6. Position number 7, Dean Reynolds. 8 to be Logan Wentz. 9 to be Dylan Kinsey. From 10, Randy Shreves. From 11, John Morano. From 12, Michael Vitale. from 13, Samuel Bachman from 14, Anthony Morano, 15th will be Michael Vecchio, and 16th is going to be Jeffrey Barker. Then we go back to your B-main transferees, Butch Baker, Patrick Spangler in row number 9, row 10, Jason Butterfield, Trent Verstraeten, Jake Henry alongside Gary Sigwilko in row 11, and Matt Schaefer and Bob DeGood to make up the final 2 positions on the final row. Safety car is in here at the dirt track at Charlotte. We are ready for a start. Randall Dixon alongside Isaac Salas. Salas looking for the clean sweep here this evening. And the green flag is out. We're underway. Three wide as they work down the back straight away. Salas going to lead what should be the opening lap. Look down, some contact there. John Romano is on the grass. He got to gather back up as Trevor Garone works to the inside of Randall Dixon. Isaac Salas, he led lap number 1. Lawson Pomela making a little bit of contact. Reynolds and Wheeler. Oh boy, problems. Garone. Trevor Garone around. We'll go yellow. Reynolds and Brian Lawson going to be, they might be okay with that one because they'll be in 2nd and 3rd spot. Lights will go out. Salas and Lawson, front row. Reynolds, in fact, going to get shuffled back to what is now position number 6. So that'll be Pomelo and Logan Wentz to make up the 2nd row. Wheeler will go to the inside of Reynolds. Shrees and Vitali, Kinsey and Anthony Morano. That'll be your top 10 drivers. Back out on the raceway. 2 down, 28 to go. Pomelo will fight back to the, well, he'll immediately fight to the inside there. The 9 car of Brian Lawson as they work down the back straight away here at a turn number 3 and 4. Pomelo, it's going to be Lawson to hold on to the runner-up position. Wentz trying to come after the final spot on the podium. Kelly Wheeler working to the inside. Shrees will get around the 79 car of Dean Reynolds as Reynolds going to slip back now to what is position number 7. Yellow is out once again. Yellow here at quick back-to-back, I wouldn't say back-to-back, but a couple of quick early cautions here in tonight's main event. RSN Trackside 358 Modifieds. Don't forget, Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modifieds to come after this. I'm going to be live on Ultimate Dare 2. Stay live here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. But of course, we'll shut the stream off for the Ultimate Dirt TV side of things. And then while the Coast to Coast, well, we'll still be live. Travis Pearsfield will have the call for the Extreme E-Speed TV Pro late models here from the dirt track at Charlton. Then the NASCAR Xfinity cars will head to Kansas Road to wrap up the 4 races on the program. Next week, it is going to be week number 8, the Coast to Coast Speed Week for the Steve King Foundation, presented by Flatline Racing Bodies. Sunday night, Premier Door Company night number 1. Monday night, it's going to be We Let the Dogs Out for You, night number 2. Tuesday night, Gambler Motorsports, night 3. Wednesday night, Salty Dogs, night number 4. And then the Venom Racing night number 5 on Thursday night. So a big night next week. If you want to check out the Speed Week, check out Coast to Coast on the web. Get joined in on the action. Salas and Lawson, back to the green we go. 26 to go. Pomelo goes down to the inside. Contact between Wentz and Lawson. It's going to be Logan Wentz to find himself into the runner-up position now. Brian Lawson will go back to position. Wheel to the inside on Pomelo. Pomelo through the middle, and Randy Strings working to the cushion through turn number 1 and 2. It's still going to be Isaac Salas leading the way. Pomelo, oh look how Pomelo just got a little bit of a nudge there from Anthony Morano. Now the pair, Morano's going to get stuck on the front bumper. Morano's going to do a 360, will go yellow. There's the 397 car of Alex Pomelo. Just back there in position number 5. There was a bit of contact at what started with what looked like the first instance there was Morano got into the back of Pomelo. Then Pomelo went for the... No, sorry, Morano went for the short slider. Unfortunately, he didn't clear that 397 car, so Morano will in fact go back to the tail end of the field. Still 23 remaining RSM trackside 358 modifieds. First of 4 races here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. First of 3 on Ultimate Dirt TV. About 9:15, 9:30 Eastern. We're live once again. We'll go back racing here at the track at Charlotte. Logan went in hot pursuit of the 5 machine of Isaac Salas. Lawson still holds on to position in the lead. Working sure he's in 4th position. Pomelo going to find Kelly Wheeler right now for position number 5 and 6. Here comes Dean Reynolds trying to make his way into the picture. How about Patrick Spangler? Dylan Kinsey, both couple of drivers coming from deep in the field, I believe. We look at the hard charger. Biggest movers down the bottom right. Patrick Spangler up 10 positions. So he's gone from 18th position, number 8. And the 39 car is on the move, and albeit in the space of what is now going to be 10 laps complete. 10 down, 20 to go at the start-finish line. Half a second lead for your race leader of Isaac Salas from Logan Wentz, Brian Lawson. So watching Kelly Wheeler, Dean Reynolds on screen. Wheeler through the middle. Kinsey just behind them. Running the low side to the inside of Spangler. You go back to Butch Baker as well, coming through. A couple of drivers who have had to work their way through the B main. He's got the bottom side good off turn number 4. Reynolds again just starting to jump the cushion a little bit in 1 and 2, 3 wide momentarily down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Spangler trying to think about getting to the outside of the 110 machine of Kelly Wheeler. Now here comes Butch Baker. Look at this 5 car back right now. You can really throw a blanket over him. 3 wide as they work down the back straightaway. 2 by 1 by 2. Now make it 2 by 3. In fact, make that nearly 3 by 3 there. As they drive to mount themselves into a rhythm. Brian Lawson in second spot right now. Not sure what happened to Logan Wentz. He's back in the pits. I must have missed that one. But whatever it was, we stayed green. Oh, problems, Wheeler. Lawson goes around. Lawson upside down in car number 9. Yellow, let's take a look at the replay. What happened? Oh, Shreve's got the back of him. Shreve's got a run. Just come down the racetrack and Shreve's, and Lawson, I should say, Lawson goes upside down in a big way. Be able to drive that car back to the pits. So Isaac Salas in car number 5 went quick time here this evening, went from 4th to 1st in the space of 2 laps in the opening heat race of the night. Order, we will all look like this here on the reset. On the restart, Salas, Shreves, Pomelo, your top 3. You go back to Wheeler and Baker, your 4th and 5th, the top 5. Reynolds, Spangler, Kinsey, Batali, and Barker. That'll be your top 10 as we'll come back to the green flag, and we're back underway in tonight's main event with 15 down, 15 to 1. RSN trackside, 358 modified division is already Barker. Reynolds and Spangler went 3 wide. Reynolds and Spangler. Oh boy, it's not Valentine's Day just yet. Didn't know. They were trying to take each other out on a date. They got all sorts of touching and squeezing, feeling on each other. Baker into the concrete wall. Taking a note out of Patrick Spangler's book from the B main as Dylan Kinsey works to the outside, gets past the 39 car of Spangler. Reynolds had to check out for Baker in the 97 car. Again, watching right around Dylan Kinsey, Dean Reynolds, Patrick Spangler, Michael Batali, Jeffrey Barker, Jason Butterfield. So this is to fight to stay inside the top 10. Jason Butterfield just outside the top 10 in the 11th spot. Will go yellow. Once safety car, the Steve King Foundation, racing.com safety car will come out on the raceway. We are ready, almost at the ready for the restart. Safety car, oh, there it is, safety car coming in field. Back to green, 12 to run. Hey, main again, RSN trackside, 358 modified, back on back under green flag conditions. And again, watching how here comes Kelly Wheeler after Pomelo for the final spot on the podium. So the start of this beach race was a little bit of a stop-start affair, but we did manage to get some good green flag laps in just then, which really opened up the racetrack, really opened up the drivers to move around. You still see a lot of the middle side playing part here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Bottom side really starting to go away. So bottom is not there, so it's right through the middle, all right upstairs, right into the concrete wall. And that's where Baker was. Now Baker's going to come down to the inside of Kelly Wheeler. Chooses not to go any further than that because the 110 machine had the right of way. Pomelo, meanwhile, coming up, the race leader is going to be Randy Shrees in the 56 machine. And Salas has really not been pressured all feature race long. This is the first time that really anybody has been this sort of close to him, especially a couple of laps into a green flag run. And Shrees, I don't want to say looks the better car, but boy, I tell you what, there's some parts where he looks good, and there's some parts where the car just gets way crossed up. Salas will run the little slider line, will go yellow, coming to 7 to run. Boy, you just get the feeling that if we could just get these final 7 laps in, if it stays green, if Randy Shreves, if it can stay on the rear bumper of that 5 machine of Isaac Salas on the restart, this RSN trackside 358 modified main event may just be an absolute belter of a finish. So we'll send him around. We'll be 2 to green at the moment. Next time bypass the start finish line, the lights will go out on the Steve King Foundation safety car. So coast to coast, check it out on the World Wide Web, www.c2crl.com. Don't forget, next week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, the Steve King Foundation Flatline Racing Bodies Coast to Coast Speed Week. For what is week number 8, I can tell you Monday night will be open 360 sprint cars along Monday night is going to be the NASCAR Next Gen, the Coliseum and the Duel. And then Tuesday night is going to be Pro Late Models and ARCA. Pro Late Models from Volusia, ARCA from Daytona. Tuesday night, we'll come back to that one in a second. Plenty of racing next week to come. The green flag is back out, we're back underway. Main event time, Pomelo drove down to the inside, looking to hold on to a final spot on the podium. Kelly Wheeler has got an opportunity. Meanwhile, Baker and Dean Reynolds going to go at it. Wheeler will run the mini slider line, get to the cushion in the middle of 1 and 2. Gets a run on Pomelo, they'll come to 5 to run. Salas has got half a second lead once again. It should open up to nearly 6/10 of a second. It almost does. So we'll see if Randy Shrees can get up to the back of the number 5 machine and see if he can make a run for this one. Speaking of making a run for it, here comes Butch Baker down to the inside looking for the slide jump on Pomelo, but Pomelo wheels it back around the outside of the 97, excuse me. So Pomelo, Baker, Reynolds and Dylan Kinsey all run positions 4, 5, 6 and 7, and they're all on the top of the racetrack through 1 and 2. Reynolds the only car out of the top 3 to go a little higher than the other 3. He's committed to the cushion right now. Baker's closing in on the back of the 397 machine. Just a couple of tenths of a second is all that separates what is 4th and 5th position. Meanwhile, 2 to run, tip of the green. 2 to go for Isaac Salas to complete the sweep here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Wheeler looking for another podium. Picked up a podium last week, I think it was. White flag is out, 1 lap left to go for Isaac Salas. He's just got to make 4, 3, now make it 2 turns as they work down the back straightaway for the final time. Your Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder RSN Trackside main event winner is going to be Isaac Salas. Isaac will get the win over Randy Street. Second, third will go to Kelly Wheeler. Boy, what a way to open up the night here on your Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder. We'll take a look at your finishing results for winter season week number 7. Salas gets the win over Shreves and Wheeler. That'll be your podium. We'll chat to those 3 drivers post-race. Then you go back to Pomelo and Baker make up your top 5. Reynolds in 6th, Kinsey in 7th, Vitali in 8th, Garreau 9th, and Barker going to round out your top 10. John Morano in 11th, Anthony Morano in 12th, Dixon 13th, Henry 14th, Sigelco to make up your top 15, Backman in 16th, Schaefer 17th, Lawson 18th, the good 19th, the last car on the lead lap, Butterfield in 20th, he will be 2 laps down, 21st for Stratton, Spangler in 22nd, Vecchio in 23rd, and Wentz, that'll be Logan Wentz to make up the 24 starters in this one. As again, we'll get ready to chat to your podium here in just a few moments' time. We'll wait for them to get out of the cockpits of the virtual race cars. We'll wait for them to head up to where they need to be. And we'll chat to Isaac Salas, your winner, Randy Shreves, second place, and Kelly Wheeler in third. In fact, we're ready to go. Kelly Wheeler home in third spot. And Kelly, well, that's, I want to say 2 weeks in a row now. I've spoken to you up here on the podium. Another third place. You got to be happy with this one.
Oh, I'm tickled to death.
Man, this racetrack was pretty slick there from the start, from the get-go. Oh, the start of the night, how were you able to sort of manage the throttle control and get yourself around and get yourself another podium?
Yeah, I'm trying to get better at them slick tracks, less throttle.
Did you feel comfortable towards the end of that race, especially when the tires were starting to wear off?
Yeah, to be honest with you, the last 4 or 5 laps, I was quicker then than I was the first of the race.
Right, well done.
I don't know if I don't know if I was being more easier on the throttle or what, but I was quicker the last 5 or 6 laps.
Well, they say sometimes to go fast, you got to slow down to go fast sometimes. So, hey, mate, well done on the third place. Before we let you go, we'll let you think of it involved on this 110 car.
I want to thank my wife for letting me do this whenever I get ready to do it. I want to thank DNS Side and Remodeling, Ingersoll Rand. I got to thank Anthony Morano and some of the FTM guys that's been helping me a little bit. I've been running with them and getting a little bit faster. I want to thank you for doing your broadcasting. I want to thank Coast to Coast for giving us a good place to race.
Kelly Wheeler home in third place, ladies and gentlemen. We'll now chat to your runner-up driver in car number 56. That'll be Randy Shreves. Randy, congratulations on the runner-up finish here tonight. Boy, I tell you what, late in those races, those last sort of 10 laps, you were starting to put the pressure. Just a couple of late yellows just sort of halted that run for the 56 car. But hey, well done on second spot.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun race, man. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to beat Isaac. All I could hope for in that race was him to make a mistake, and he doesn't do that often. So, I was just, I'm happy to get second to him and actually have a good race for once. I've been in a string of bad luck lately, but maybe we're back, so we'll see.
You start 10th in this main event. You pass 8 cars en route to a runner-up finish. Everybody comes out here to win. Some people like to points race and whatnot. What was the goal for you tonight after starting, in the middle of this pack?
Really at first I just wanted to make a top 5, but then after getting up there to Isaac, I wanted to win. I want to beat Isaac. He's one of the best, and yeah, that's all I wanted to do. But I can't complain about second.
Randy, well done on the runner-up finish here tonight. RSN Trackside 350 modified main event. Randy, before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 56 car.
Yeah, definitely want to thank my team, LGR Motorsports, Redline Race Design, One Wish Foundation, Wraps and Stitches, KSB Builders, everybody for watching, you for the broadcast, everything from coast to coast. They do an awesome job. Yeah, and I believe that's it.
There we go. Randy Shreves home in second spot. Home in first place tonight. Well, he knows what time it is. We all know what time it is. It's salsa time. Isaac Salas with the win. Isaac, well, pretty dusty out here, but luckily you've got a broom here to sweep all that dust away. Congratulations on the victory.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
You go quick time by I want to say over a tenth of a
Tenth
second.
and a half.
Yeah, there you go. I was going to say about a tenth and a half. 2 laps it took you to go from 4th to 1st in the heat race. That set you up for basically the rest of the night. Then those restarts, the initial start, the restarts, you just drove away from the field. It was all smooth sailing. I want to say up until probably about 10 to go.
Yeah, I'm almost positive I burnt my stuff up, to be honest with you, because I just like had no grip after probably our, I don't know, 8 to go or so, probably in there, and I was skating. It was a skating rink.
What goes through your mind when like you said, when you start to skate like you were, the yellow comes out. Probably in the end, probably you almost saved your race, because Randy at that stage was turning the same sort of lap times, but he was actually closing in on you. That restart, what turned out to be the final restart, how crucial was that to get a good jump on Randy?
Yeah, it was. I could hear him actually. I could hear him on my inside every once in a while, so that was kind of nerve-wracking. So after that, caution came out. I just really focused on getting a good restart, getting a good launch into one, and just trying to hit my lines from there. And I think that caution probably ruined a really good battle for the end of the race, to be honest with you.
Nonetheless, Isaac, you come away with the victory here in the RSN Trackside 350A Modified main event. Sweep so far to start off this Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder. Isaac, congratulations on the win. Before we let you go, we'll let you think everybody involved in this 5-car first.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Brett. Big shout out to those guys over at Venom Racing, Dean, the Super Dirt Car Series, Magnum Race Designs, Got Your 6 Racing Network, RSN Trackside for also the sponsor as well for tonight. Mission 22, everything that they do for our veterans. My grants, Top Notch Trucking. Thank you for the broadcast, Brett. Thank you to my friends and family. Thanks to my wonderful girlfriend for watching.
Isaac Salas, the winner here tonight at the Dirt Track at Charlotte to wrap up the first race of the night. Don't forget, we've got 3 more races to come here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, but for now we have got your big block modifieds to come. So what we'll do, thanks to Catalytic Recovery, we'll wrap this one up. We'll get ready to get into the next part of the program, and well, we've still got quite a lot of races to come here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. So with that being said, we'll take this opportunity right now, step aside, take a few moments to take a break, come back with your Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modifieds live from the virtual Dirt Track at Charlotte.
it's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion. Trying to be a bit of a hiatus, so let's get... Right, we'll be talking about it.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
And we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV, back here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network for what is Gambler Motorsports Thursday Night Thunder. It's now time for your catalytic recovery big block modifieds to come here tonight live from the virtual dirt track at Charlotte. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call. We are just waiting for race control. We are looking at 19, probably 20 drivers that have found their way back trackside here for what is race number 2. Well, speaking earlier on about the Flatline Racing Bodies Coast to Coast Speed Week, thanks to the Steve King Foundation. Of course, Monday night it is the Premier Door Company night number 1, 7 o'clock. The NASCAR Next Gen Cup Cars live from the Coliseum, and then we'll go to the Jewel for the next gen cars as well. They'll be live on Extreme E-Speed TV. And then it's going to be the Monday night number 2, who We Let the Dogs Out for You. Live with Sludge Up Racing Network. It'll be Pro Late Models at Volusia, and then the ARCA cars from Daytona. Then Tuesday night we'll go to Gambler Motorsports. Night number 3 live with Shaggy TV. UMPs from Volusia, trucks from Daytona. And then, of course, we've got Wednesday night Salty Dogs, night number 4, live on OSR and Joe White, OSR Network. It'll be 360 sprint cars at Volusia and the Xfinity cars from Daytona. And then to wrap up the 5-night Speed Week, the Venom Racing, night number 5, the 358 modifieds at the Volusia Speedway Park, live on Ultimate Dirt TV. And then we'll throw it over to Slide Job Racing Network. We'll have the NASCAR Next Gen cars from Daytona to wrap up. And then, of course, then we go back to Friday night. It'll be the Friday Night Lights. Normal action will resume. And then, of course, then we go back to week number 9 next week. But for tonight, Gambler Motorsports, Thursday Night Thunder, Catalytic Recovery, Big Block Modifieds. We've just had the RSM Trackside 358, so we'll have the Extreme E-Speed TV Pro late models after this one. Travis Pierceford will have that call, and then he will wrap it up with the Xfinity cars from Kansas Road. Still plenty of action to come live here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. No qualifying here in just a few moments' time. So with that being said, what we're going to do, we're just going to take one quick 30-second commercial break here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We'll be right back with qualifying, followed by heat racing action. 3 heats on the program for tonight. No consolation race, a field of 20 drivers, and we'll get ready to, in fact, go qualifying right now. So we'll take a quick 30-second break. Alright, just like that, we're back here on Ultimate Dirt TV, back on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. 20 cars getting signed in to the pit area for tonight as we've got qualifying. They'll have 2 minutes and 2 laps to lay down the best lap time to determine the 3 heat races. There'll be an inversion as well. Of course, after the inversion, we'll go heat racing action. Isaac Salas, quick time at the minute. We'll take a look here on screen. In fact, let's see the fastest lap time so you can get an idea of how it's all going for a number of these drivers. There is the 007 entry of Samuel Backman. Isaac Salas with a 16.067. He's got Anthony Morano covered by a little over a tenth of a second, 0.121 of a second. Backman 13th, quick. Trevor Garone, Jake Henry also getting ready to do some times here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Just looking there as lap times, there goes 16.449, but his best lap time is a 16.342. That'll be 11th quick. Jake Henry on the racetrack right now, 16.499, 16th quick. He should jump the time a little bit. There it is, 16.471. So 19 cars have officially taken time. We're just missing Hunter Carlson, the one driver to not lay down a lap time. And I don't believe he is not, so he's not going to be here. So it will just be what will be the 19 cars. So let's take a look at heat race number 1 lineup, and it will look like this. On the pole, it'll be the 79 car of Dean Reynolds. Kelly Wheeler lines up the 110 machine from position number 2. The third starter in car 56, that will be Randy Shreves to his outside for position number 4. That'll be Isaac Salas. Your fifth starter in car number 397, Alex Pomelo, will line up alongside Jake Henry in the 171 machine, and Andrew Hensley lines up the 40 machine from position number 7. And how about this? Let's bring the grid up. Let's bring the timing up. Isaac Salas, Randy Shreves, Kelly Wheeler, they start 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. They finish 1, 2, and 3 in the RSN Trackside 358 Modified main event. And I'm pretty sure Pomelo, who's starting at a 5th, I'm pretty sure he either finished 4th or 5th. So, pace truck is off. We're ready to go racing. Catalytic recovery. Big block modifieds. Here live from the dirt track at Charlotte. Main event, it's not too far away. We've got to get through 3 heat races on the program. It'll be Dean Reynolds to lead the field down into turn number 1 and 2. What can Isaac Sellers do? The run on the outside there of the 56 car. Wheeler in second spot. 3 wide off turn number 4. The battle on for the battle places right now as Kelly Miller finds himself in second spot. Below here comes Isaac Sellers. I thought he was going to go for the long slider. Now Sellers will get clear of Wheeler down into turn number 3. Dean Reynolds, your race leader. Oh, Shrees just gets into the back of Wheeler. And he checked up just to get the cars going. Reynolds through the cushion, through 1 and 2. Here comes Salas with a run on the inside. Going to protective mode, now goes the 79 car. Boy, Salas had to hit the brakes there. Salas hit the brakes to not get into the back of Dean Reynolds in car number 79. Pomelo in third position, Jake Henry in fourth. Then you go back to Wheeler and Fish. Shrees in position number 6. Hansley in that 7th spot on the raceway. Meanwhile, Reynolds still your race leader with 2 to run up the line. Salas, can he make the charge once again from 4th to 1st? He done it in 2 laps in the 358 modifieds. Now looking to do it here in the big block modifieds. Who will get the job done here in heat race number 1? Here's Salas with a run down to the inside. They make a bit of contact going down into turn number 3. Who's it going to be? Dean Reynolds victorious in heat race number 1. Reynolds will get the job done in heat race number 1. He will be victorious here tonight. He will start on pole of your 30-lap main event. Reynolds, Salas, Pomelo, Henry, Wheelie are top 5. Shrees and Hanley make up the 7 drivers in heat number 1. Heat number 2 will line up like this. It'll be Samuel Backman in the 007 from pole. Randall Dixon in the 011 from position number 2. From position number 3, it's the 83 of Dylan Kinsey. From 4, the 32 of Anthony Morano. Your 5th starter in car number 81, that's Matt Schaefer. From 6 in car number 7, Bob DeGood. And I doubt he's not going to make the starting grid. The 2H of Hunter Carlson was scheduled to line up out of position number 7. Backman and Dixon, front row. Looking for the green flag off turn number 4. Here we go. We're racing. Backman and Kinsey. They'll slide it up in front of Dixon. 3 wide as here comes Anthony Morano. To the inside goes Schaefer in car 81. 3 wide once again. Almost making it out going 4 wide. And that's still going to be 3 wide. Dixon again to the outside of Morano, who was through the middle. And Matt Schaefer again down to the inside. Schaefer's going to pick up a couple of positions here in heat race number 2. Schaefer now coming after Dylan Kinsey for the runner-up position. Meanwhile, Samuel Buckman leads the race here in heat race number 2. 3 out of the top 4 drivers all run to the top side. Schaefer again, the only car inside the top 4 that it's working it down through the low side into 3 and 4. Halfway home here in heat race number 2, penultimate heat race of the night. Sees Backman lead the way from Kinsey. Now Morano looking to move into position number 3, trying to get by that HBR number 81 machine of Matt Schaefer. But again, Schaefer just a little bit too strong on the low side there on the exit off turn number 4. He's got it by what is half a car length, but that may not be the case just yet as they work off turn number 2. Here comes Morano. Now Morano's half a car clear down into 3. What's it going to be off turn number 4? Schaefer back to the inside. Morano, he's got 3rd with 2 to run. Make it the white flag out. 1 to go. As Samuel Backman down into turn number 3. He will be victorious here in heat race number 2. Backman gets the win from Kinsey, Morano, Schaefer, Dixon and DeGood. Heat number 2 is done. take a look at those results before the 6 cars get ready for heat race number 3. Backman, Kinsey, Morano, Schaefer, Dixon, your top 5. DeGood in 6 with Carlson not making the call. Heat number 3, final heat race of the night will line up like this. Michael Vitale in the 213 alongside the 9 machine of Brian Lawson from position number 2. Jason Butterfield, the 93, he'll start from position number 3. From 4, it's the 075 of Trevor Garreau. Your final row, inside and outside in the 513 car, that'll be Jeffrey Barker, he'll start position number 5. And Michael Vecchio, driving the 007 AMR entry, he'll start from position number 6. After this one, we'll take a break and get ready for our main event. But we're still going to get through what is going to be the final heat race of the night. Let's just fix something up here very quickly so that way you don't have to see what I'm doing. There we go. Now we're looking better. Oh, I didn't want to click that. Don't forget next week, Coast to Coast Speed Week for the Steve King Foundation, presented by Flatline Racing Bodies. Green flag getting ready to fly here at Charlotte. The dirt track at Charlotte in North Carolina. Brian Lawson got a good launch on the outside as they work down into 1 and 2. Vitale will fight back to the inside. Lawson back to the outside. Drag racing down the back straightaway. Butterfield in 3rd. Barker coming after Garreau for 4th position. Garreau back to 5th, but lap number 1 will go to Michael Vitale as he will lead the opening of 6 laps for heat race number 3, final heat race of the night. And it's still Lawson and Vitale as they work down into 3 and 4 again. Lawson on the outside in the red, white and blue. Number 9 machine, also in the blue, white and red number 213 car. That's Michael Vitale, the race leader. Go back to the Mega Plumbing Bilstein. Yellow and blue entry, that is Jeffrey Barker. He gets by Trevor Garreau, who went 3rd quick here this evening as well. And of course, with the inversion, your fastest qualifiers had to come from the 4-star. The top 3 fastest qualifiers had to start positions number 4. So the inversion playing a factor here here tonight in the heat races should make it for an interesting A-main. Nearly 2x2 we go. Now almost 3 wide as here comes Barker. He's got 2nd spot over Brian Lawson at the start-finish line. And Barker's got the Mega Plumbing Bilstein number 513 car. He was working it down to the low side. But here comes Garreau upstairs now, trying to get a run on Lawson. To the outside he goes, and 3 wide, and here comes Trevor Garreau. In the space of what is now going to be 1.5 laps, he's got it down the back straight away. He goes from 4th to 1st, and Trevor Garreau into 3 and 4. He'll go right through the middle of the raceway. It's going to be Trevor Garreau with the win. Michael Vitale in 2nd, Jeffrey Barker 3rd. 4th at the line is going to be Brian Lawson, Michael Vecchio, Jason Butterfield. There's your official results coming up on screen. With that being said, we'll take this opportunity right now to step aside here on Ultimate Dirt TV and on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Come back with your main event. 30 laps on the board after this quick commercial break.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now, from coast to coast? It's one of the best tracks in the Coast to Coast Racing League, and it's showtime in Volusia.
Welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It is now time for your main event. Let's take a look at your starting lineup for the 19 drivers that will take to the racetrack. Dean Reynolds will line up alongside Samuel Backman in row number 1. Row 2 going to be Trevor Garreau alongside Isaac Salas. Row number 3 going to be Dylan Kinsey alongside Michael Vitale. Row 4 will be Alex Pomelo and Anthony Morano. Row 5 will be Jeffrey Barker and Jake Henry. Row number 6 will be Matt Schaefer alongside Brian Lawson. Row 7, Kelly Wheeler alongside Randall Dixon. Row number 8, Michael Vecchio and Randy Shreves. Row number 9, it'll be Bob DeGood and Jason Butterfield. And your 10th and final row by himself, Andrew Hansley lines up the 40. Hunter Carlson once again not making it here for the main event. But your catalytic recovery big block modifieds here tonight from the dirt track at Charlotte. .30 laps on the board. Dean Reynolds and Samuel Backman. Dean Reynolds and Samuel Backman, so a pair of Full Throttle Motorsports cars on the front row. Trevor Garreau, Isaac Salas are going to be ones to watch in this one as well. We're about to go racing here off turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, catalytic recovery, big block modified, main event is underway. As they work down into turn number 1 and 2, Garreau went straight to the inside. Trevor Garreau going to challenge Dean Reynolds for the race lead. Salas has got some company with Kinsey to the inside. Trevor Garreau will lead the opening lap, and now he'll slide it from the bottom all the way to the cushion into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway we go. Dean Reynolds back to the inside. Now it's Dean Reynolds' time to throw a slider, but just like that, the caution comes out, which will give Garreau back the race lead. So early caution. It's exactly what we've seen in the catalytic recovery of the RSN trackside big block modified main event as well. So safety car is in. And it is go time once again. So here we are underway once again, main event time. Garreau leads from Dylan Kinsey, the 83. I'm going to say Dylan Kinsey. Boy, I tell you what, he's shown some early race speed on the low side of the racetrack. And Kinsey's going to lead lap number 3. Kinsey will lead the 3rd lap, but here comes Garreau back to the outside. Dean Reynolds on the outside of Salas. And you can see the top, bottom, and now middle groove starting to work a treat in 3 and 4. Top 1 and 2, middle 3 and 4 looking like the place to be right now as again Reynolds goes upstairs. Salas goes right through the middle of the raceway. Samuel Backman coming after Salas as they work down into 3 and 4. Just behind them, you've got Alex Pomelo, Jeffrey Barker, Michael Vitale, Matt Schaefer, and Kelly Wheeler make up your top 10 drivers in this one. Reynolds again, the right rear on the cushion. Pomelo to the outside of Backman as they work down into turn number 3. Kinsey getting the left front tyre very close to the tractor tyres down to the infield of the raceway. Again, down into 1 and 2, and the car just gets a little tight. It straightens up on the 83 car, Dylan Kinsey, and now here comes Reynolds again to the middle of the raceway. Salas maybe learning to pace himself after the main event from the RSN trackside 358 modifieds. You heard him say it before. It got very skaty. Maybe he burnt up his stuff. Pretty quickly in the early parts of that main event. Didn't really save the equipment. Dylan Kinsey still in the runner-up position right now, and again they work down into 1 and 2. The car just getting a little tight there on the 83 car. Still making it work. Back down low goes Dylan Kinsey. Reynolds is going to go somewhat 3/4 of the way up the racetrack. And then Isaac Sellers was right upstairs in 3 and 4. Second, third, fourth positions on screen. Reynolds in the 79, Salas in the 5, Kinsey in the 83, Salas into the concrete wall once. Can he hold on to his position, number 3? No, he'll get shuffled back to 4th for a moment. And again, watching Salas in the number 5 machine, your main event winner. We're already past 10 to go, 10 laps completed. We'll now make it 11, so now we go with 19 to go. Pomelo looking to close in, looking to make it a 4-way battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and even throw in 5th position if Pomelo can catch him. Salas along with Kinsey once again as they work it side by side. Kinsey's now opted to come to the middle of the raceway. Rather than going through the bottom, he'll come back to the middle into 1 and 2 as well, but the top side just looks a little bit better right there through 1 and 2. And Pomelo in the 397 coming after Kinsey in the 83. Meanwhile, challenge from Salas on Reynolds. Gee, I tell you what, Trevor Garreau is making this one look way too easy at the moment. He has got a 1.5 second lead. It should go to 1.6 seconds over Dean Reynolds, and that it does. It nearly gets to 1.7 seconds. Reynolds, Salas, Kinsey, Pomelo, Backman. Then you go back to Vitali and Wheeler. That's your top 8. Barker along with Lawson to make up your top 10 is Dixon and Schaefer. They will swap and change positions through 3 and 4. We stay just keeping an eye on the battle for the minor placings right now. We are halfway home, 15 down, 15 to go. We'll now get to the back half of this feature event as here goes Salas down to the inside into 3 and 4. Dean Reynolds still holds on up to starting on pole of tonight's 30-lap main event. He's looking to come away with the podium here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Oh, look out the left front. Maybe broken on that 397 car of Alex Pomelo. It certainly looks a little bent. He really caught the tractor tyre. How will that affect the handling of that race car? Well, he opts to not go downstairs once again. And now here comes Samuel Backman in the 007 machine. Bringing Backman is Marco Vitali. Meanwhile, Reynolds gets into the wall as Salas through a slider in 1 and 2. And move Isaac Salas to position number 2. Now he's got a 1.5 second gap. Make that 1.6, 1.7. Make that in 1.8 seconds. It nearly got to 1.9 for Trevor Garreau. Garreau, let's keep an eye. Salas was 2/10 quicker than Garreau there on the previous lap as they come across the start-finish line. Garreau with a 16.607. Salas with a 16.358. He is already chopped off nearly 3/10 of a second. And Salas is coming. 9 to go for your race leader. Trevor Garreau out in front. Salas hot on the heels and now watching 3rd and 4th position as Dylan Kinsey in car number 83. Reynolds gets into the wall. Kinsey dives down to the inside, looks for the slider. No, backs out of the throttle. Leaves a lane for Dean Reynolds to come back to the outside. So work down into turn number 1 and 2. Dylan Kinsey again right through the middle of the raceway. Got to be careful. Dean Reynolds. Reynolds is pretty quick upstairs, but it's just jumping up over that cushion. As now Salas is 8/10 of a second. He's got the gap under a second now. And with 6.5 to go for your race leader, Trevor Garreau in car number 075 machine. They will have what is a heat race distance. 6 laps is all that separates Trevor Garreau and a win here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Let's go back and watch Reynolds and Kinsey. Meanwhile, just keep an eye on top left of your screen. The gap between your leader of Trevor Garreau and Isaac Salas. It gets down to 0.4 of a second while they come off turn number 4. There's a handful of laps left to run. 5 to go. And it is coming. Isaac Salas is coming in car number 5. Who will it be? Garreau, can he hold on? Garreau's got some company. 4 to run. Main event time, the catalytic recovery, big block modifieds. Here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Salas in the 5. He may have just saved enough equipment to make a run. And Trevor Garreau, he's caught him in what has been an 8-lap sprint to get up to the rear bumper of the 75 machine. He's caught him now. He's got to do the hard thing of trying to pass that 0.75. Salas going to go upstairs into turn number 3. Off for turn number 4. They'll run the same sort of line. Salas experimenting. Slide job coming out for the race lead. Slider from Salas on Garreau. Garreau turns it back underneath him. They've got a lap and a bit to go. White flag coming out right now for Trevor Garreau and Isaac Salas. Stand up on your feet. You're in for an absolute belter of a finish. Slide jump for the race lead once again. Salas going to try and shorten the slider. Garreau goes back to the inside down into turn number 3 and 4. Final time. Who's it going to be? Salas to the inside. Garreau on the outside. Salas is going to move him up out of the way. Isaac Salas will win. 44 1,000ths of a second. Oh my goodness. Isaac Salas with the win. Let's take a look at your official results. Salas by 44 1,000ths of a second takes it away from Trevor Garreau in second. Dylan Kinsey in third. Fourth will go to Dean Reynolds. Alex Pomelo rounds out your top 5. Sixth will be Michael Vitale. Kelly Wheeler in 7th. Brian Lawson 8th. Jeffrey Barker 9th. Samuel Backman rounds out your top 10. Randall Dixon in 11th. 12th is Anthony Morano. Jake Henry in 13th. Matt Schaefer 14th. Randy Shreves 15th. Then you go back to Bob DeGood in 16th. And the last car on the lead lap, Andrew Hensley in 17th. Michael Vecchio 18th. Jason Butterfield was the 19th car to race. And of course, Hunter Carlson not making this one here in the main event. Boy, what a finish. Trevor Garreau, Isaac Salas coming home by 44 1,000ths of a second. We'll wait for Dylan Kinsey to join us and we'll chat to your top 3 here in a few moments' time. In fact, let's bring in our third place finisher right now, driving car number 83. It's Dylan Kinsey. Dylan, congratulations on the podium finish here tonight. Boy, that was a tough race, but hey, a third place finish, not a bad job by you in the 83 car.
Yeah, it was a pretty good run. Took a couple weeks off because of work and everything, so it's nice to come back, and I like big blocks better, so it's nice to come back and get on the podium.
Yeah, much like what we've seen in the 358 modifieds, the track was pretty slick. Got a little bit technical there towards the end as well, with trying to move around on the racetrack. What did you make of this racetrack overall?
The lines were pretty much the same for 358 and big block. It was hard to move around if you didn't hit the top right in 1 and 2, and somebody behind you did, man, they would get a crazy good run on you coming out of 2. So you just had to stay focused and hit your line. Hit your marks on every corner.
Dylan, well done on a third place finish here in the Catalytic Recovery Big Block Modified main event. Dylan, before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 83 team.
Oh, yeah, I got to thank everyone at Full Throttle Motorsports, Dean Reynolds at Super Dirt Car, DJ for the Rap, you, Brett, everyone at Coast to Coast that makes this happen.
Dylan, well done on third place, mate. We'll see you back next week.
Thank you.
Dylan Kinsey, third place finisher here tonight in the big blocks. Well, home in second spot by 44 1,000ths of a second. Trevor Garreau comes home in second spot. Trevor, well, I mean, where do we even start with this one? First off, congratulations on this one, but probably one that got away from you there in the end. I mean, let's just get straight to it. Let's go through to those last 5 laps, and especially that finish there coming towards the checker.
What a race. I mean, I hope we put on a hell of a show for the broadcast and everyone watching. That was just insane. Not the result we wanted. we probably weren't the fastest car on the track. Isaac probably was, but yeah, that was crazy. I saw him running me down there towards the end, and he was just inching closer and closer every lap, and it kind of put me on my heels a little bit. I made a mistake, got in the wall, and he got right up on me and started throwing sliders, and that's when I started getting really nervous. And yeah, I went to cross him up there coming out of 4, and tried to block the bottom there, and I hit the slick and slid up a little bit, left him a lane, and the rest is history.
And sucks must have, 44 1,000ths of a second was all that separated you and a victory with what was, I think, 12 to run. You had about a 2-second lead, so to see the result, like you said, not the result that you wanted, but say still second place finish here tonight. I mean, a hell of a run by you in the 075 machine. You must have been overall happy with the car speed that you showed, especially early on in that race.
Yeah, you know what, Brad? I'm really happy because I don't run these big blocks very often. I'm a late model guy, so anytime I can pull off a top 5, I'm happy. It doesn't have to be a win for me, especially when you lose to a guy like Isaac. He's pure class, so to finish second to him, I'm all right with that.
Now the robot does it again, but hey, Trevor, well done on the runner-up finish here tonight. We'll hopefully wish you the best of luck in the Pro Late Models coming up here in a few moments' time. But Trevor, before we let you go and celebrate a second-place finish here tonight, we'll let you think of it involved on this 075 machine.
I want to thank first and foremost C2C and everyone behind the scenes for putting on this league. It's been nothing but a pleasure running in this league with these guys. It really puts your skills to the test, and the Super Dirt Car Series for coming on board, Dean Reynolds, Isaac for that amazing finish, my friends and family, and especially my buddy Trent Verstraeten, one of my good buddies, Caleb Elder and his family who are at home watching. Shout out to them; they're awesome people. And 4-2 graphics for this new wrap, and yeah, just that's it. I mean, what a hell of a race! I'm at a loss for words.
Trevor, well done on second place. Wish you the best of luck in the Pro Late Models coming up very shortly, mate. Well done.
Thanks, Brett.
Trevor Garreau in second spot. Then, well, we might need to call 911 because this guy is an absolute thief. 12 laps ago, he was 2 seconds down. He wins by 44 1,000ths of a second. Isaac, you're a thief. You're a menace. You know that?
Yeah, my bad, man.
You couldn't let somebody else win, could you?
Not tonight, no.
Man.
I missed last week. I got to make up for it.
All right, let's go half race distance. You're running, I think, third at the time. You're challenging Dean for second. Yeah, Dean makes a mistake. You get clear of him. You look at a 2-second gap with about 12 or 13 to go. What's on your mind right there?
Hit my lines as fast and as perfect as I can, to be honest with you. I knew that he was pretty far, and I was like, it's going to probably take just a caution to get this one. And but I want to make it at least interesting and try to get at least a little bit closer to him. And he started making some mistakes. I think he started kind of realizing the relative was kind of coming down and made a huge mistake. He got on the wall, and sometimes when you get in the wall with these cars, they like want to suck up in there. And so you have to go so slow to get him off. And he made a pretty big mistake there. And I caught up a lot of time really quickly right there, thankfully.
Let's go to the final 5 laps. And then, of course, those final 2 laps, you're within 2 to 3 tenths of a second. You come to, I think, 3 to go when you first through the first slider, then 2 to go. And just talk us through what was going on behind the cockpit of this 5 car in those final 2 laps, and especially talk us through that last lap.
Yeah. My biggest thing was to throw him a curveball, to be honest with you. Nobody had made sliders work in 1 and 2, and man, since the beginning of small blocks, basically. So I knew that he probably wasn't going to be ready for a crazy slider in the 1 and 2. And from there, it was basically just try to be perfect. And coming to white, I was like, I don't know. It's slider city right now. So I threw this deep slider in. Almost broke the wall down. And then coming down the backstretch, I knew he was going to have a crazy run on me. So I tried to almost let him go by. And he hit the slick in 3 and 4. And I had slowed my turn down so much that I could just drive it right to that bottom little bit of tack there. And coming to the line, I know I was probably leaning up into him. He was leaning down on me. So yeah, I hope it was a pretty awesome finish for you.
Just going to say, turn the volume down if you go back to listen to that one. That was an absolute belter of a finish. Isaac, congratulations on the win. Like I said, you're an absolute thief. Somebody called 911 on this guy. He has just taken away a victory from Trevor Gray. But Isaac, congratulations on what is back-to-back wins here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Once again, we'll let you think everybody involved on this 5-car.
Yep. Big shout out to Venom. Man, they were super supportive here tonight. So that's pretty awesome. Dean, the Super Dirt Car Series, Magnum Race Designs for the beautiful car. Got Your Six Racing Network, RSN Trackside, Mission 22, my Gramps and Top Notch Trucking. Thank you for the broadcast so far, Brett. It's always good to talk to you. Thanks to my friends. I know my mom's watching for sure. So thanks to Mom, and thanks to my girlfriend Kelsey for watching. So I think that's about it.
Isaac, well done on the win once again here at the dirt track at Charlotte.
Awesome. Thank you, Brett.
There we go. A thief in the night. Isaac Salas will win back-to-back modified main events here at the dirt track at Charlotte. We'll bring in Travis Piercefield, who is getting ready for the pro late models here tonight from the dirt track at Charlotte. Travis, how you feeling, buddy?
Feeling good, and we'll see if Isaac Salas will steal another one here at Charlotte in the pro late models. And then, of course, a fun one tonight, Brett. We're going to Kansas with the Xfinity division, but they're racing on the road course. So some more fun here coming up next on Thursday Night Thunder. All
right, well, we'll take a quick break here on Coast to Coast Racing Network for the Ultimate Dirt TV side of things. We're going to shut that one down. And again, we'll be right back with some more Coast to Coast Racing with your Thursday Night Thunder winter season, week number 7. But for myself, for Brett Wheeler and Ultimate Dirt TV, we say good night. Stick around for more Coast to Coast Racing action.